How much will my Social Security benefit be if I average $50,000 a year in income? All right. Now, I've done lots of Social Security videos, and I'll do lots more because I think Social Security is way discounted by the fear mongers, and it actually ticks me off. Or they'll discount, they'll say Social Security is going to illegals, or the Social Security are going to cut it. Or I had a guy, Rick Scott is saying he's going to get rid of Social Security and Medicare. Every election cycle we hear this stuff, and it's just silly, man. Every election cycle, the Republicans are going to get rid of Medicare and Social Security. There's no one proposing that. No one is. So stop. All right. But anyway, if the average income, let's say the median household income is about $75,000, and that's not employment income. So we don't want to use that necessarily to define what our Social Security benefit is. But if the median household income is $75,000, or I think it's like 65 to be honest with you, but we'll just say 75 because it's a nice round number. All right, that's the median income. After taxes, after FICA, after 401k contributions, we can say at the end of the day, most people are probably living on less than $60,000, all right, a year. Okay, most people are. So if we're living on less than $60,000, all right, then we can say, thus, if we can go into retirement with about $60,000 of income, we're probably going to be just fine. $5,000 a month, right? Right? So we're going to say, so here's a person who's averaged $50,000 a year in income. That's it. What's his Social Security benefit going to be? And we're going to look at this article from, I think it's from NASDAQ. Now, it's a few years old, 2016. It's still the same thing. I mean, it's not exactly the same. The bend points have changed and everything. But we're going to use this to give us an example because you can do this. It's easy to do. But I didn't feel like doing it. So I just felt like I didn't feel like doing it because of spreadsheets and stuff. It's not hard to do, especially when you factor in what your average income is. But I just want to show you something. So just for simplicity, what we do is we take $50,000 a year. That's what we averaged. Now, $50,000 a year in 1990 is a hell of a lot different than $50,000 today. So what we do is we say you did not make $50,000 in 1990. You made some percentage of that. We'll say 20,000 or something like that. And that's what we do with average wage indexing to increase your benefit to reflect inflation, essentially. All right. So we're going to read this. All right, so how much will I get from Social Security if I make $50,000 a year income? All right, so what we do is we're going to go down here. Hold on a second. The calculation for determining Social Security doesn't rely on $50,000 in terms of one single year. It looks at your highest 35 years of earnings in your record, highest 35 years of earnings. So if you got 40 years of earnings, you paid 6.2 to Social Security for 5 years that aren't going to be included in your record. Thus, retire after 35 years because you're not doing anything. You're paying, I mean, you could be increasing your benefit, I grant you, but that means you've been paying Social Security tax and you're not going to get a benefit of it. All right, so what that means, to come up with a number, let's take a hypothetical case. Specifically, we consider a situation where an inflation-adjusted equivalent of $50,000 a year for their highest 35 years of working. And they're going to turn 62 in 2017. That means what you do is you take your average index monthly earnings. And what we do is we take our trusty calculator, all right? We say 50,000 times 35 divided by 420. 50,000, because that's how much we've paid, inflation and adjusted income, times 35, because that's a number of years that Social Security calculates, no more. They don't calculate 36, 37, only 35. And then we divide by 420, because there's 420 months in 35 years. And that gives us an AIME, an average index monthly earnings of $4,166. Now, that is not your Social Security benefit. It's not, all right? What we got to do is got to look at the bend points. All right. So, and this is in 2017. 90% of your first $885, I think it's $960 now, I can't remember, but 90% of your first $885 of income, of AIME, I should say. So 90% of the first $885 is going to be towards your benefit. 32% of any amount above the $885, and again, this is 2017 numbers, 2022 is a little bit higher. But basically, you're going to get 32% of anything above $885 until you hit 5336. Now, we're not going to hit 5336 because our AIME is only 4136. So we're going to get 90% of the first 885, and then we're going to get 32% of the remainder. Hope that makes sense. All right. And so what we have is we're going to get a 1846 is our PIA, our primary insurance amount, how much we're going to get at our full retirement age, be it 66 in some months or 67. So we're going to get 1846. We know that for a fact. If we take Social Security, we'll just say 67. Or if we take it earlier, we're going to get a lot less. Because why? Well, because it's reduced by roughly 30%. So we're just going to use this. At 67, we're going to get 1846 on $50,000 a year income. That's not even the median income in the household. I just want to point that out, though. $50,000 a year, you're going to get 1846 upon hit 67. All right. Let's say your better half did not work at all. She stayed home. What's she going to get? Well, she's going to get half of that 1846. So half 1846 times divide by 2, she'll get 923. We'll just say 67. 923 plus 1846 equals 2769. 2769 is what your Social Security benefit will be if you made no more than $50,000 a year. That's it. 2769 times that by 12, that's $33,000 a year. $33,000 a year right there. Now you only made $50,000, huh? And you've been paying 6.2, well, it's actually 7.65 to Social Security. So let's run these numbers. Spin again. Making $50,000 a year here in Alpharetta, Georgia. You're going to lose 8,000. Let's see here. You're going to lose your federal income tax plus state income tax. You're going to lose $82.85 in income taxes. $82.85. So we take 50,000 minus 82.85. All right, so we know you're going to be left with 41,417. It was 41,716. 41,716. All right. Now don't forget, we're also probably going to add to our 401k as well. So we're just going to say a 5% contribution to our 401k. So 5% times divide by 50. That's 5%. That'll be what? $2,500. All right, minus $2,500. So 41,716 minus 2,500, that's going to leave us with 39,216. All right, well, this will make sense here in just a second. So when all is said and done, we made 50,000. We are using 39,216 to pay the bill. Everything. 39,216 is what we're paying on getting net of income, taxes, FICA, and contributing to 401k. All right, so we're living off 39,216. Social Security, as we already showed you, was going to give us, how much was it going to give us again? 1846 times 1.5. It's going to give us $27.69 a month, times that by 12. It's going to give us $33,228. And again, we're assuming you're going to live off the same, you're going to need the same amount of money in retirement as you did while you're working. I think that's a silly assumption to make, but there you go. So 39,216 minus 33,228. We need about $6,000 a year to close the gap. All right, $6,000 a year to close the gap. All right, so we take 6,000, divide that by 0.05. We need $120,000. Why do we need $120,000? Because $125,000 times 5% is $6,000 a year. You can retire on $120,000, man, and that's just with $50,000 a year between you and now. If you're single, well, you're gonna have to. That won't probably fly as well. You're gonna have to figure something else out. But if you're married, filing jointly, you can retire on $120,000. Simple as pie. Now, do you got to wait till you're 67? Well, if you want to retire on $120,000, maybe before you take Social Security. If you take Social Security early at 62, let's see, do they show us what the benefit will be at 62? Yeah, right here, $1,370 a month. So we're going to say now your spouse will get half of the. We'll just say for simplicity, you're going to get $1,370 a month, and your spouse won't get half of this. We'll still get half of this amount, but it'll be reduced. Because she's taking it early as well. So we're just going to, for simplicity, say you're going to get $2,000 a month in Social Security. All right, I hope that makes sense. So we need $40,000 a year of income to have 100% of pre-retirement income, which is stupid. But $30,000, we're going to get $24,000 from Social Security. That's if we take it at 62, because you'll get 13. What did we say? $1,300 a month, I think is what we said, and she'll get $700 a month. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah, $1,300 a month. There you go. All right. So now we got 20. Now we need $16,000 to make up the gap. We got 24 from Social Security. 40,000 is what we need. Now we need $16,000. 16,000 divided by 0.05 is 16,000. Yeah, there you go. Divided by 0.05. That's $320,000. That's not including equity in your home. That's not even saying you're gonna get a part-time job. That's just, I mean, come on, man. Come on, you can do that. And that's just, I mean, that's just just real basic calculations. Anyway, hope this makes sense. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not rock. If you doubt my stuff, read my book. I'll put a link in the show notes. Buy it. It's free on Kindle Unlimited. I document all this stuff, man. I document it all. You can retire on Social Security. I'm telling you right now, my plan, frankly, is that I will take Social Security between 67 and 70. My better half will get half of mine. All right. So if let's just say I get 3,000 a month as my PIA, she'll get $1,500 a month, but she'll take hers early. So she'll get, we'll just say $1,000 a month. So between me and Shar, we'll get $4,000 a month in Social Security. No mortgage. Let's just say we have $500,000 saved, and I take $5,000 a year. So how much did I say we're going to get Social Security? $4,000 a month, no mortgage, $5,000 or $500,000, and my 401, not even use a 401k anymore. My brokerage account times 0.05, that's $25,000 a year, plus the $40,000 I'm getting on Social Security. That's $65,000 a year with no mortgage, no kids. That doesn't include any equity I got in my home. Come on. You can do that. All right, we'll see you.